Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gids. Thank you for joining me for today's video. So today I thought I would talk about the fragrances I purchased in 2020 which didn't make it to my best purchases list. I made a recent video talking about the fragrances I purchased in 2020 which were on my best purchases list, and these ones I thought I would talk about because they weren't necessarily bad fragrances, but they just were not some of my favorites. And I know you can't love everything, but I try to generally buy only what I really love, but I'm going to talk about them. Also, if you happen to own any of these fragrances, please do not be offended. I'm in no way saying that they are bad fragrances, or you know, just don't take it personal, okay? I know people can get very sensitive, but there's no need to. So the first one I wanted to talk about is from the very popular Swiss Arabian. This one is called Shagaf Oud. Okay, so there was a point when there were so many YouTube videos talking about this fragrance and how it's a great cheapie, and it's basically a dupe of Maison Lancome's Oud Bouquet, and I really like that fragrance, and I thought, well, if I can find something at a fraction of the price, let me go for it. Bought this fragrance, did like it, did a kind of first impressions when I unboxed it, etc. And it's a nice fragrance. The only thing is, every time I wear it, it gives me a headache. It also makes me feel like I'm gonna sneeze, or it makes me sneeze. So there's something in the fragrance which clearly doesn't agree with me. So that's the only reason why. I still think it's a nice fragrance. It is a bit sharp in the opening, but you know, for the price of the fragrance, one can't complain. So that's the first one, Shagaf Oud from Swiss Arabian. A very good dupe, by the way. So if you want an affordable, cheapie, check this one out. All right, so the next one is from the house of Escentric Molecules. This is called Molecule 02. Again, this is not a bad fragrance. However, for me, because this is one note, which is ambroxan, I think I prefer ambroxan when it's blended with other notes in a fragrance, as opposed to it just being a singular note. And obviously that's the concept of the molecule fragrances. They're all kind of about one molecule. Let me spray it on skin and kind of like... The thing is, it's a bit sharp in the opening. So this one is more fresh. I prefer Molecule 01, which is more of a cedar, woody, kind of dry type of fragrance. And I like layering that with some of my other fragrances. Molecule 02, as I said, this is very heavy ambroxan. And it does have that slightly alcohol smell to it, which I find a little bit jarring. And I just generally prefer when ambroxan is blended with other notes. So I will usually layer this fragrance, and I think that's probably what the molecule fragrances are supposed to be anyway. But I know lots of people just wear Molecule 01 or Molecule 02 as their sort of everyday fragrance. But Molecule 02, didn't enjoy this as much as I thought. Okay, let's keep it moving. So the next fragrance, it kind of breaks my heart that it's on this list, but it's from the house of Acqua de Parma, and it is Arancia De Capri. Now this is from the Blue Mediterraneo line from Acqua de Parma, which is a lot kind of fresher, it's summery. I mean, you can tell from the bottle, this is a very summery, happy, fresh fragrance, and it's beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful. So this is a very realistic, fruity orange fragrance. Beautiful, really beautiful. The only reason I put this on the list is it's so light that after about 45 minutes, you really can barely smell the fragrance. And for the price that I paid, I just think it's a bit disappointing. If I had at least got 3 to 4 hours out of this, then fair enough, but barely getting past the hour mark for me, it slightly is, you know, a bit disappointing. I love Acqua de Parma. I think they do really good citrus scents, but I just want a little bit more longevity with the fragrance. But this is really beautiful, really fresh, and a very realistic sort of juicy orange note fragrance. Very nice. It also has, I think, some green notes in this as well, and some nice woody notes as well. So it's beautiful. It's just, the only thing is the performance of the fragrance really sucks. That's really the only reason. The next one is from Miller Harris. Again, this is a brand that I really love. I love Miller Harris. This is called Craft and Glamour, and Craft and Glamour was a fragrance, I believe in collaboration with the Royal Opera House in Covent Garden. So it was kind of to celebrate all the people who work behind the scenes, like the people like the makeup artists, the costume designers, the wig makers, all of the people who work behind the scenes and create the glamour of the Royal Opera House and all the opulence. This is kind of celebrating that, and I do really get a lot of that. It does remind me of the days when just remind me of going to the theatre and smelling those kind of velvet cushioned seats and the dustiness and that kind of theatre smell. The only reason for me that this wasn't a fragrance I reached for as much, there's this kind of dusty, powdery, floral vibe, which is really strange. And the thing is, I did sample this a couple of times before, and I thought initially I liked it. And it's not that I don't like it, it's a very unique fragrance. It smells like nothing else that I have smelled. But I don't know if it's that, I mean, there's heliotrope in this, there's cashmere wood, there's tonka, there's CO2, which is an interesting addition in the fragrance, carbon dioxide. So there's a lot in the fragrance going on, and I think there's pink berries. There's something which slightly, I don't know, as I said, it's a bit dusty, it's a bit powdery, and there's something weird about it. I don't know how to explain it, but I am trying to fall back in love with this fragrance. I'm giving it another chance. I wore it the other day and I was actually quite surprised how well it performed, and it sort of did change over time. So I'm gonna give it another chance before I think about letting this one go. So this is Craft and Glamour from Miller Harris. So the final fragrance that I wanted to talk about is from the house of Jo Malone, and this is called Wisteria and Lavender. Now this was from their limited edition Lavenderland collection range. I did my sort of unboxing and first impressions of this fragrance, and I do like this fragrance, but I think I got caught up in that thing of, you know, when it's a limited edition fragrance, you kind of feel that you need to buy it. I liked it, and I thought I really liked it, and because it was limited edition and once it was sold out, that was it, I thought I have to buy it, and I just haven't reached for it as much as I thought. Initially I thought, wow, it's really a very nice, clean, fresh, kind of soft lavender. It doesn't have that sort of very barbershop lavender that sometimes for me I don't always enjoy. This is very soft, very crisp, very clean. There's a nice heliotrope in this, and there's a clean white musk, which makes it really easy to wear and very kind of fresh. But again, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit boring. And not every fragrance has to knock your socks off. Some fragrances can be quite simple and elegant without doing too much, but I just find this one, Wisteria and Lavender, is just a little bit underwhelming. That's the only reason. So I will still wear this. I probably will wear this more at home in the evenings. It's a very light fragrance. A lot of Jo Malone cologne range, the cologne range that they have is quite light, and that's not bad. I don't mind light fragrances. Sometimes really strong fragrances can give me a headache, so I do like to have kind of my light, kind of easy wearing fragrances, but this is one which I didn't wear as much as I thought I would once I had purchased it. So I put it on this list. Those were the 5 fragrances. As you can see, I don't have a lot. I only have 5 fragrances which I purchased that were not necessarily my favorites. Again, I'm gonna kind of give them another shot. I'm gonna try, and if they don't really work out, I'll either give them away or I will sell them on. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Do leave me some comments and feedback down below, and of course, if you've made it this far, then please do consider subscribing. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and support the channel. Thank you very much, and take care, everyone. Bye.